Finally, the week of training camp is upon us here at the Cross Country Mortgage Campus in Berea, the official kickoff to the Browns 2022 season. Nathan Zegura and Jason Gibbs with you for the next couple of hours here on Cleveland Browns Daily. And the quarterbacks, the rookies, and some selected veterans, those coming back off of injury, have been here since Friday. They put in some work over the weekend, and now tomorrow everybody else will report, and then training camp will officially begin on Wednesday with the first practice open to the public this Saturday, Gibbe. So what that means for you...
Can we delay this another week or two? I need a little more time.
For you and me is that it's over, my friend.
It really is.
Summer is over. But the good news is summer's end brings football's beginning, and so that gives me a little bit of comfort. So that's the big thing. We're going to get into some of the news of the day. No, not the big news. That has not yet happened, as I know everybody is waiting with bated breath for the ruling from Judge Sue L. Robinson on Deshaun Watson, but that has not yet occurred. So we are in the same spot we have been in for a long time as it relates to that. But Deshaun was here over the weekend. Saw him on Saturday as we were out here putting together something for you guys that I think you're really going to enjoy. A little teaser for you there. But the first practice open to the fans will be this Saturday. The first practice Wednesday with this football team as they get ready for what could be an amazing 2022 season for the Cleveland Browns. A very talented team. Obviously, the big question, and it is a massive one, you can't be understated, what will happen at the quarterback position? We don't know the answers to that yet. But when we do, that's when we really start to move forward and have an idea of what this team could be and really what its ceiling will be, what its floor will be as we get ready here for 2022. But before we get into some of the news of the day, because the Browns made a couple of moves at the end of the week, we'll talk about that. I just want to give a real quick because this was really your last weekend of fun, so I wanted to see, what did you do to enjoy that? How are you doing?
You know what? Had a nice weekend. Had a fantastic little night out on Friday night. Had a run up to Vermilion, the family's old stomping grounds.
Nice.
Ended up at a little Chez Francois, one of my favorite places.
You love that spot.
I do. I did that Saturday. A little golf outing. My wife knew what that meant. That things were going to get a little ugly for yours truly.
Yep.
And lived up to the hype and then some at the Trolley House Open. Shout out.
Sure,
Jen
it did.
And Herb. Things went really well. Had a great day. Sunday, we had a little family barbecue out here yesterday for family before training camp officially kicks off. Chance for the kiddies to play on all the inflatables and do all that fun stuff. And came out, hung out, and I realized halfway through the barbecue, I go, I know why this is a friends and family. I know why this is a family event. Before camp, this is your last chance to really see your family before February. Before
we get into the mix, which we're embarking upon that, so that's good. I'm glad you had a great weekend.
Yeah, what about you, man?
It was good.
You were off on Friday. Did you play golf?
Got a little golf in on Friday, which was nice. I had a blast doing that, and then Saturday was out here doing some stuff that people I think will get a big kick out of when we drop that, and then Saturday night was AIW's Absolution 15, which is kind of their WrestleMania, and that was out down in Akron, and got to call that. And
I saw you had to fill a little time, they were putting up barbed wire.
Yeah, so the main event, they took the ropes down. Broski, Matt Cardona, my buddy, had to relinquish the titles because due to the bicep injury he suffered, and he had to have surgery, and so he wasn't able to compete. And so he got to choose the stipulation for the main event between Joshua Bishop and Derek Dillinger, which was an instant classic, and he chose a no-rope barbed wire match, which means they literally take the ring ropes off of the ring and instead replace them by stringing barbed wire and X's and lines all around the outside of the ring. So if you got thrown into the quote-unquote ropes, you were just being thrown into barbed wire. It was gruesome. Josh Bishop emerged as the champion. He's now a three-time AIW champion and Intense champion, joining the three-timers club there. He's the first ever three-time AIW Intense champion. But Dillinger, no shame in losing that one. It was a classic, and the whole card was great. You can get it on independentwrestling.tv. I'd highly recommend it. They brought in some guys, a luchador named Commander from Mexico, who I've seen a lot of wrestling. I have seen a lot of professional wrestling in my life. This guy might have been the single greatest flyer I have ever seen in terms of what he was able to do. An unbelievable tag match, bulking season, and PME. You had some brawls. Broner, who I think is destined to be a megastar, in a brawl with PB Smooth. Yeah, it was a great night of professional wrestling. It was awesome to be a part of it. And so I had a blast doing that on Saturday night. But I was like wiped out because it was a long show, a lot of energy devoted to it. And by the time I got home from Akron, it was close to 1 a.m. I did have some homemade pizza, though.
I did see that.
Yeah, Miss K
due to your wife's social media.
And Bryce made some pizzas, and they were delicious. Like, shockingly good. I couldn't have been happier. Now, I know I was famished, but I know they were really good because we had them the next day for lunch as well, and I still thought they were great. And it really
do you have a pizza oven?
So we got some stones that we just put into our oven.
Okay.
We don't have like
That's
a true
all right.
pizza oven.
Clearly it works.
Oh, it worked. It worked very, very well. And then yesterday I got to hang out with the kiddos, and we went to Top Golf and had a little fun there. And Bryce was struggling early, but on the last one, he had one ball left. It was the last shot, and he had to hit it into the green one to get back into the positive numbers. Best shot of the day, boom, right in the center of the green. It was like a walkout. It was unreal. So that was very exciting. And then
because he's not into the athletic things.
No, he's not. I'm trying to get him into. I'm like, it's a great skill to have.
Yes,
you got all the time, but that's not his bag. That's fine. But he did hit the shot of the day when he knocked that one in there. So that was actually pretty. That was pretty awesome. So it was fun. And then now we're ready to go. You know, here we are getting ready for the Browns, and the Browns had some news of their own over the weekend.
Of course, the day we take off, it's just one thing after another. As I was here on Friday going through, I'm like, well, all right. Well, we can talk about it on Monday.
Well, we will. We'll talk about it now, and that's fine because this isn't major news.
No.
The first one is that the Browns signed Josh Rosen, the quarterback out of UCLA, former first-round pick of the Arizona Cardinals in the 2018 draft, 10th overall, played in 26 career games between the Cardinals, the Miami Dolphins, and the Falcons. He's got a total of 16 starts in his career. Spent most of the 2020 season on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers practice squad before being added to the 49ers active roster. For his career, 2,864 passing yards, 277 completions, and 12 touchdowns. And a lot of people were reading into this that, the Browns must know what's happening with Watson, and this is a sign that they need to, get another quarterback and get ready. And look, you always have 4 quarterbacks in camp. I mean, it is very commonplace for the Browns to have 4 quarterbacks here at this time of year. And I think if you're looking at it, I think Josh Rosen's being brought in here to give you another camp arm and also a chance to, resurrect his career and to push Josh Dobbs for the team's 3rd quarterback spot. And I think it's just that simple. So that's why he is here. I was surprised. Chosen Rosen wearing number 19, which is certainly interesting there. And 19, Bernie Kosar. Didn't work out as well for Corey Coleman.
No, it did not.
I think we can all agree on that. So hopefully it gives a little bit of good luck and some juice to Josh Rosen there. Also on Friday, the Browns signed defensive tackle Perion Winfrey, which means that all 9 of their draft picks from 2022 are signed and ready to go. And I saw Perion here on Saturday. He looks great. He's fired up to get after it. And it has been nice, today and Saturday as well, but seeing the coaches back. I love this coach staff. We had our guy Jeff Howard was walking by earlier. Saw Chad O'Shea, Coach Tarver. I talked to Coach Prefer earlier today, Alex Van Pelt, Joe Woods. They're all running around. And so and they're all excited because this is what it is all about for them. They all had a nice summer. And it's funny, as creatures of such routine and people who, love this game and have such passion for it, they miss not being around the game. And so that time off, they loved being with their families, but they are ready now to get back here and get after it. So it's been fun seeing them. Now, one rookie who we will not be seeing right away, and it's somebody that we have, I think, very high hopes for. I think there's a very good chance that David Bell is the Browns' opening day starting slot receiver. David Bell, due to a foot injury, was placed on the active, physically unable to perform list. He will count toward the active roster and is eligible to be activated upon passing a physical. Now, I saw him walking around on Saturday. He was in sneakers, looked good to me. This is, I'm told, not a serious injury that is supposed to keep him out of action for very long. So, look, when you're a rookie, regardless of how good you were in college, how productive you were, and how talented you were, and what a good OTA you had and a good mini camp you had, as we've said, didn't see him drop a single pass. Now, he would say he dropped one. I would say he didn't drop any. You need those reps. You need that time so that you can get ready and get acclimated, so it's all second nature, so you can be playing fast right out of the gate. And that's what the Browns are hoping for with David Bell. So, again, not supposed to be a serious injury, not supposed to be a long-term thing, but you want him in there. You want him in there, and you want him getting those reps. You want him building that chemistry with his quarterbacks and being ready. So the good news is it sounds like he will be back sooner rather than later. And, look, we still are not even – we haven't even had our first training camp practice. Our first game is not until, Friday, August the 12th?
Yes.
Is that right? Down in Jacksonville. So
that's coming quickly.
It is coming quickly, but we sit here, it's July 25th. So we're talking, we got some time, 19 days. We got some time. So I think that he'll be back and should be ready for that one, which is good news there. But we'll keep you updated as we hear things on David Bell. And, of course, Coach Stefanski will be speaking with the media. I imagine that is one of the questions he'll be asked, right out of the gate here as we get ready with training camp. And so, Gibby, first practice is Wednesday. The first practice open to fans is Saturday, but those Wednesday, Thursday, Friday open to the media, and we'll have all the normal availabilities.
Yeah, I believe we'll be outside for it.
We will be outside.
Weather permitting. Wednesday, of course, day one's not looking great on the weather forecast, but Thursday and Friday look beautiful, and frankly, I think the weather for the weekend, I think for the next week it's going to be around 80 degrees. Not bad.
Not bad at all. Not bad.
Yeah, no, it sucks about Bell just because, like you said, you need every rep. And when a rookie doesn't start on the football field, he's behind right off the get-go. Can he make it up? Absolutely, especially because the vets haven't even reported yet. But, if it's only a week, then great. If it's longer than that, he's going to be playing catch-up, and that's never great. From a Rosen standpoint, I also think it goes back to how much do you play your starters in the 3 preseason games? You not only for a camp arm, but for a preseason arm as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And what can you do? What can you show? This is a guy that people thought highly of, obviously, coming out of college. I'll never forget when the play-by-play voice of USC and Sam Darnold at that time came on here, and we said, who are you going to take? And we thought for sure he was going to say, you got to take Sam Darnold. I said, I would take Josh Rosen. Now, it has not worked out for him. There's no doubt about it. It has not worked out. His NFL career has not gone the way that he thought it would, or that really anybody probably thought it would when he was made the 10th overall pick. But another opportunity in a very quarterback-friendly offense with an excellent coaching staff, with Kevin Stefanski, Alex Van Pelt, Drew Petzing in that quarterback room. And so we'll see how it goes. A lot of people thought perhaps, because it was Rosen, there was Baco Nation walking by, getting ready. Browns Live Training Camp Edition returning. Our first show will be Saturday for the first open practice. We'll be live from training camp here at the Cross Country Mortgage Campus in Berea. But that the Browns brought in a couple quarterbacks to work out that day, A.J. McCarron and Josh Rosen. And, McCarron had been a backup with the Houston Texans with Deshaun Watson, and they get along well. And some people thought that perhaps that was going to be the direction they went. But Rosen made an impression, and now he has the opportunity, obviously, to maybe make this roster to go and push Josh Dobbs to be the third quarterback. That's what they're going to try. That's what he's here to do. So we'll see if he can do that. But that's really that's what that move was about. It was getting that fourth quarterback arm in here. You go back to even 2018 and the quarterbacks that were in the room. But you have a bunch of them. Remember Blau and Brogan Roback and Garrett Gilbert, Stanton Baker, and Tyrod Taylor. I think that year in 2018, it was when we were on Hard Knocks, it was Tyrod, it was Baker, Blau, and Brogan Roback at that time. And then I know Stanton was in the mix the next year. Garrett Gilbert came into the mix around then. So it's not atypical to have 4 quarterbacks on the roster, and it's not – so don't read into this. Yep. The news is going to be when the news is going to be. And I know that you want it. I want it. Now.
It would be nice.
It would be great.
It would be great if we
right
could
now.
just get
right
this
on the air
move
so
on.
You can. Who knows what my reaction will be depending on what it is. But hopefully we'll get that soon so that just everybody can plan and everybody can move forward, because ultimately that's what it's about. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. with Deshaun Watson, and hopefully we'll get that news to you very, very soon. But this is a Browns team that, Bell is the only guy banged up right now that we know of. We'll find out if more guys come back on Tuesday and have, physicals and how all that goes as they get ready to get back here into camp. But it's a team that is complete, I would say. You've got your roster set the way that you want it. Now, there may be some things and needs that arise coming out of camp that you'll want to address, but for the most part, your roster set and you're good to go. And now it's being about putting in that work so that when the moments come that matter in the NFL, when you're a good football team in a great division in an absolutely loaded conference, it's going to come down to probably the teams that make the playoffs, the teams that win their divisions, probably going to come down to maybe 5 to 8 plays over the course of the entire season and who comes through in those moments. And so all this work is going to be about the Browns coming through in those critical situational moments, and I certainly am optimistic that this team has the talent to be able to do so when it matters most. When we come back, we are going to go around the league and kind of we'll set the stage for you here today as well. So we got around the league at 120, 135. Anthony Poisal, our staff writer, will come in here, and we are going to look at the cornerback position. I think one of the best positions on this entire roster. In the hour number 2, open up the phone lines. Training camp week. Keep the calls good. We'll keep them coming. 216-578-0850. At 2 o'clock, we will take your calls. Then we'll go through some more stuff from around the league. And at 2:30, taking a look at our most intriguing teams of 2022. Mike DiRocco, the ESPN NFL Nation Jags reporter, joins us. And, oh, boy, I can't wait for that one. What an absolute debacle it was down there last year. What a chance for improvement they have this year and some talent on that Jacksonville Jags roster. Oh, by the way, it's where the Browns opened the preseason slate this year, just as they did 1 year ago. All right, off and running here. Training camp week. It's Monday. It's Cleveland Browns Daily on 850 WKNR Cleveland. estate services is always a winning strategy. If you plan to make a move this season, we've got you covered, because at Howard Hanna, every day is game day. Visit howardhanna.com/go Browns today. Is anybody else just like, I'm like a constant refresh right now on Twitter? Now, I realize that if something were to happen, my phone would probably do what it's done anytime there's been something crazy, like vibrate and fall right off the table because I get 1,000 text messages at once, like I did when we traded for Deshaun Watson. But it just feels to me like this has to get done. And yet, here we are.
I am not refreshing. I've given up on it.
Smart. I haven't done it until today, to be honest.
I have other things that I'm monitoring, but I'm not losing sleep on it. Like, at this point, when it happens, then I got to deal with it and cross that bridge. We're getting curveballs thrown at us right and left. We just got to deal with it.
All right.
There is no indication that it's even going to come this week.
No, currently there's not. You're not wrong about that.
Never mind. I don't have anything really great to say, so.
Well, listen, we're going to get there.
Yeah. I know. I just, it is amazing that we don't have this put to bed yet.
In the words of the great Macho Man, what it is what it is. Yeah. That's what it's going to be. There it is. That's all we can do.
Yeah.
That's all we can do. All right. Going around the league, we got a few more of these coming out today, and the Browns will not have one. We told you that. Not have an alternate helmet this year. But we have gotten now, I believe there are 13 teams with alternate helmets, and total, is that right? 8, 10, 14. 14 teams have an alternate helmet or a throwback, although they use the Cowboys one twice, so it's really 13 teams.
Yeah.
So here are the alternate helmets. All right, Gibbe. Let's give me your top two and then the two that you don't care about at all. So we've got the Chicago Bears orange helmet, which I'm not a huge fan of. Fine. The Bengals white. The Cardinals black helmet. Now, you have something on here that says the Cardinals are going all black with a twist. We talked about it earlier. Have you found the twist, Gibbe?
Stand by. Working through that.
All right. We've got the Commanders, who just have kind of like an all-black helmet with a little yellow W in the front of it. The Cowboys bringing back the white Thanksgiving helmet, a black Eagles helmet, a black Jets helmet, a black Saints helmet, a black Carolina Panthers helmet, and a red Texans helmet. Plus the Falcons are bringing back their throwback red. Patriots bringing back the throwback white Pat the Patriot. And the Giants bringing back the Phil Simms, Lawrence Taylor era navy blue with Giants and the one red stripe. All right, let's go to the alternate helmets, Gibbe. What are your top two of these alternate helmets?
I really like the Panthers.
That's
Strong.
in my top two.
I feel like I want to go Jets.
Oh, the black Jets. Okay. I don't mind that with the green face mask. So they're going to do an all black, like a total all blackout. So are the Eagles.
I would go with those two. There's something about me that actually doesn't mind the Bears helmets. The rest of the uniform,
yeah,
I'm
but it's
not
all
so
orange.
sure about.
I don't know. It's a straight. I don't know. That's not great. That doesn't feel like the monsters of the Midway to me. For me, the clear winners here are the white Bengals helmet. I think is beautiful. That whole out uniform they're going to wear with it is beautiful. I think that I do like the black Saints helmet. I will say that as well. But I'm going with the black and blue Panthers helmet. I think that is just phenomenal, and that's going to look great. So those are my two favorites. I love the red Falcon. I love the Pat the Patriot, and I love the throwback Giants. I'm disappointed that there is no throwback Denver Broncos, that Russ will not be able to wear the orange jersey with that light blue lid with the D and the Bronco coming out of it. I think that's a big miss there. I do think that we, down the line, will have what everybody's looking for, the white, but it will not be this season for the Cleveland Browns. I like all of these, honestly, and I'm fine with, some people are saying, why are there so many, black helmets? Why? Because they're cool. That's why. They look cool. It's a cool kind of thing that you're able to go out there and add to your helmet repertoire for teams that actually do wear black. I think it allows them
I think maybe the twist that I came up is that they're going to wear the black jerseys as well. Like it will be a
that's what they're going to do. A blackout. They have black pants.
Yeah.
Just like the Jets are going to do that. The Washington Commander one to me is such a helmet to me.
But again, they should have just stayed the Washington football team.
Honestly, they should have. I think
I enjoyed that better than Commanders.
Same. The Red Texans feels like a miss, but I'll hold reserve judgment there. We said it all along. The Texans should be able to use the Oilers colors and make a white lid that has that blue with the red would be awesome. I'll reserve judgment on the Bucs. I think the Jets are going to look great. I think the Saints will look great. The Eagles look great. The Panthers are going to look great. The Cardinals are looking great. The Commanders, we'll see. I love those throwback Cowboys unis, and I love the what the Bengals are doing with the whites. And then Pat the Patriots undefeated. The Red Falcons helmet's also a great helmet. And the Giants is going to be great. It's a beautiful uniform. I love those Giants uniforms. So
the Giants ones are
they
are sharp.
Yeah, I think all of this, I'm a fan of all of it. The NFL, no surprise here. The NFL is entering the streaming marketplace with NFL Plus service. NFL Plus will allow fans to view out-of-market preseason games on all devices, local and national regular season, postseason games on mobile devices, team and national radio feeds.
Oh.
Of particular interest to me and you there, Gibbe, and Mr. Jim Donovan and Gerard Cherry.
I think I've got a meeting at 4 o'clock to go over those logistics.
So if you have NFL Plus, that means that you can listen to our broadcast anywhere.
I believe so. I believe that's what this
Probably
means.
Anywhere outside of the local area.
Yeah, I'm sure the
local,
geofence is in effect somewhere.
Locally, you can just listen to it because you're local. Somebody will be carrying it. You'll also be able to get NFL Network shows on demand along with the NFL Films Archive. Could also include content produced by teams. It will be accessed through the NFL app and website. It is an upgrade of the Game Pass service that has been available to fans in the United States since 2015. NFL Plus will be available for $4.99 a month or $39.99. A premium package, which includes full and condensed game replays as well as the coach's film, is $9.90 a month or $79.99. The Game Pass package was previously available for $100 a year. NFL Plus will be a part of. I don't know what this means.
If you fans who purchase season tickets, I believe will get this. Yes.
So if you have season tickets, you automatically get. So it's basically a free $80 value. So that's pretty cool. So Game Pass has never worked the way that we all wanted it to work. I think anybody who's ever fiddled around with Game Pass would tell you that, and that's nothing against it. So hopefully that this NFL Plus, this app, will give you that because a lot of people do love. It's the only place to get the all-22 film.
Well, and last year, did we not have it last year? I feel like it was not available.
It was struggling last year. There's no.
That's
doubt.
an understatement.
Yeah. It was definitely a struggle. Moo Smith says the Cardinals have red sparkles in the black helmet, so maybe that's another piece of the twist. But I'm fine with that. I like that. I think that Cardinal uniform is going to be awesome. It also should be noted today that 42 years ago, this very day, Caddyshack was first released in theaters, which is my favorite comedy of all time. The end. Hard stop. I've read every book about the making of it.
So we were 3
when
that came out?
Time. I would have been 2.
Okay.
But thank you.
Yeah, I was 3.
Yeah, old.
Forget that I'm older than you.
Yeah, you are. That's right. A wee 44. I mean, I feel old, but nonetheless, here we go. But so pretty much the greatest movie. I'm going to have to make, I think tonight in honor of that, in homage, I'm going to have to, I think I'm going to have to put that on for the nightcap tonight. Little cat, Danny.
Have a fresca.
Have a fresca. All right, we're going to have more than a fresca for you because when we come back, Anthony Poisel in studio, and we're talking about one of my favorite position groups on this team. I actually was just talking to our DB coach about it. He's feeling good about it and excited to see this team get out there and play, and I think we're going to play back-end defense really as well as anybody in the National Football League. So coming up next, we're looking at the cornerbacks. How many roster spots are open? What roles are truly open in this cornerback room? We will talk about that when we come back here on Cleveland Browns Daily on 850 ESPN Cleveland. Rumpke Waste and Recycling is a family-owned and operated company. Whether you join them as a customer or as an employee, you'll become a part of the family. Visit www.rumpke.com to learn more. Joining me in studio now, Anthony Poisal, Browns staff writer, ClevelandBrowns.com, the Browns mobile app. We see Big Drew, Jeff walking by,
Hey.
fine bearded men there. AP, are you like me? Are you like constantly scrolling your Twitter, or are you just, you know that if something does happen, your phone's going to blow up so much that you don't even need to be like scrolling to see if any news is breaking?
Yes.
Which I asked two questions. My dad would say, shame on me.
No, I've been doing both. I've over the last few weeks, I've definitely like in my mind wondered, in the screen time that you kind of get on like your iPhone, and it gives you a report back on what apps you're using. I haven't taken a look at it, but I probably should, as far as how much
Screen
how
time?
many how many clicks and how many times I've refreshed Twitter. I'm sure it's been high. It's been high for the last month, 2 months now. At this point, I would say over the last few weeks, I've kind of been more in the I'll find out. Somebody will reach out to me if I'm not already plugged in, and we'll find out soon. So it's coming. It's coming. It could happen while I'm on the show here. Who knows?
I certainly hope that it is happening, and as we all do, we all hope that it comes soon. Now, one thing that we do know is that this Cleveland Browns team has a very, very good cornerback room, and I think, if you're ranking the position groups, which is Gibby something we always like to do, maybe we'll get that in before training camp. Running back is going to be number one that you feel the best about, but once you get in, now you could start talking about the cornerback room because it is so deep. There's so much talent there. Where are you right now with this cornerback room, and what do you think about this room?
Yeah, I mean, just like you said, I would put it as the second, most talented room on this roster behind the running back room. And then when you look at the depth as well, there's just so many guys that I think if you needed to call upon, you would feel pretty good about. And obviously it starts with Denzel Ward, and there's not a whole lot of new stuff we could say about him. He's been the same consistent, productive cornerback every single year. Obviously they rewarded him with that handsomely with that 5-year extension, one of the bigger news pieces of the offseason. But he's got, double-digit pass breakups every year of his career. He's been everything that, you can ask for when it comes to trying to get one of the, a top cornerback in this league.